listening to Steve Wark in the Morning Podcast. Visit us on our website at 670theq.com or join us on the Facebooks.
Just want to remind folks that 15 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock, we've got Don Williams with us. And Don is the legendary political consultant, campaign manager for Harry Reid in years gone past. He's also featured in a book about Harry Reid by Daxton Brown, and some wild stories that I'm sure a lot of folks would be very, very interested in appending to Harry Reid's swan song over the next few weeks in this U.S. Senate election. Now, Don, you took the envelope and you left the meeting with Conforte.
Yes,
and you went back to Harry Reid, and
he opened it in front of me. It was more of a business type envelope, kind of brownish, and it was stuffed with $100 bills.
Wow, And what did Mr. Reid say? Did he look like he was expecting that?
Oh, yes, he knew.
He knew exactly what was in the envelope.
He knew what I was. He didn't know about the
absentee ballots.
He didn't know about the absentee ballots, but he did know about he was expecting a contribution.
Okay. And did he count the money in front of you? Did he know how much it was, or
he counted it on his desk?
But it didn't. But it didn't bother this. This nice, self-described conservative Mormon man from taking thousands and thousands of cash dollar contributions from probably the greatest pimp and brothel owner in Nevada history.
I don't think that's all that important. You have to remember one thing, that was legal money.
If it was reported.
You just said the magic words. Now, aren't there records? Aren't there records in Washington?
If it was a lieutenant governor's race, then the money should probably be in reports filed with the Secretary of State's office in Nevada. It would probably had never made it to a federal campaign contribution, unless, of course, that act had been repeated once he ran for Congress or Senate.
Well, then why would it be so hard to check?
It isn't at all.
All right, and now I'll take you another step. When he ran for the United States Senate, Harry pulls the same thing on me because he knows that, although I didn't have any problem with picking up the money because I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Right.
And because it was legally earned money, earned the hard way, the easy way.
Learn flat on your back is the way you earned it,
Yeah. And so I got another call, and Harry said, how's your evening tonight? And I said, I'm in good shape, He said, well, I was staying at the Mapes Hotel, and he said, well, Joe North, that was a code word for Joe Conforte.
Okay.
Joe North.
Joe North.
Yeah, the people that knew him well called him Joe North.
Now, this is 1974, right?
Yes, I'm not good with dates.
I think it's around 74.
He'd like to come by and meet you in the bar and pick you up. He's got some stuff for the campaign. So I was in the bar. Joe came in. Joe always had a couple of double D's, one on each arm. So he said, listen, I did not get my things for Harry completed. We're going to have to drive out to the ranch. Now, that meant the Mustang Ranch,
right,
which was the
house of Reno. Yeah.
Which was the house of prostitution.
Right.
And
it's the one the IRS used to own.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of interested me to go out to, having never been to the whorehouse.
This is a cliffhanger. I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna take a quick break and come back and see what you found at the whorehouse besides old what's her name, and see what he had for Harry Reid. We're talking with Don Williams, legendary former campaign manager for Harry Reid, here on Steve Wark in the Morning. And Chris, we're just here to help you get your work on. We're going to take a quick little break on AM 670, Nevada's talk leader, and we'll be right back.
And she's loving with that body, I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know
And we're back. Steve Wark in the morning, about 26 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Darn glad you're sticking around here. Of course, we're here 5:30 to 9 o'clock every morning. And you can give us a call, 866-6700, 866-6700. We have just a few minutes left with Don Williams. And it's kind of cliffhanger. Not that we want this to turn into a Hardy Boys novel, you know, where at the end of every chapter they leave you hanging. You have to go to the next one. But we appreciate you, Don, for sticking around and enlightening us as to the true history and stories of Harry Reid. When last we left, you were entering through the portals of the Mustang Ranch, and with Joe Conforte, because he needed you to come and pick something up for Harry Reid. Now, this wasn't the first time that you had ever met with Joe Conforte to get something that he had for Harry Reid. But what did you expect on this trip?
Well, I expected a donation and hopefully polling information, which Joe had the best going in Nevada. We went into a big wire fence, and it was locked. And to get into there was a man sitting in a little round turret with a rifle, and to get in, he would have to buzz you in.
Wow.
Of course, he saw Joe and buzzed Joe right in, which is stupid because somebody could have had a gun in Joe's
back. And yeah.
But he buzzed him right in. We stepped in, and the girls went to work, and we went to the right where there was a little door that didn't seem to be part of the Mustang Ranch. And as it turned out, it was an elaborately decorated special double-wide trailer. He unlocked it. And we went in, and we were in a room that had no furniture except a big double bed. And
wow, you and Joe Conforte in front of the bed. I just that give me the willies just thinking about it there, Don.
I didn't. I started to wonder what I was there for.
They wanted you for your body, not for your mind.
Yeah. Now, one of the whole walls, if you're familiar with mobile homes, usually the walls are lined with these glass rolling doors that are closets.
Right.
Joe walked over to this, and there's one complete wall, long wall, covered with glass rolling. So he goes over to it, and he rolls the one side open. The entire wall from one end to the other was filled with shopping bags. Now, these shopping bags, maybe I'm just older than everybody else in the world, but these shopping bags reminded me of what I saw as a child. They were heavy, strong, brown shopping bags with looped tops with a wire running through it. I mean, you could really carry a lot of groceries. And from where I was standing, I could see that there was money stacked to the very top of each of these shopping bags, all the way down. So Joe pulled out a couple of shopping bags and emptied them on his bed, and he said, "Listen, I didn't get this stuff prepared. We've got to count out some money." And he says, "Will you help me count this out?" I said, "Sure." And it was 20s and hundreds and 50s and all denominations. And he dumped it out, and he asked me, he says, "Well, you just count out $10,000. And he says, "Because I have another case here that's already got money in it to go to him, and then I'll count, and I know how much I want to give him, so I'll count out how much I want to give him, and you just count out $10,000. So we sat there on the bed and counted out $10,000.
Plus whatever else he had in the case.
Plus whatever else he had in the case, plus whatever else he counted. I don't know how much money he counted. He had me count 10. He could have counted more. And
it's a remarkable amount of money.
And
amount of cash.